So not only do we need really great products for high performance, but we also need to make sure that they're installed correctly. Sean and Erin are going to give us some of their favorites that they kind of encountered over the last couple of years. Sean, why don't you start off with what you were feeling is one of the best products out there that you've discovered?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Sean Seymour with Etch Your Construction, in a new role looking at bigger buildings. And when I look at the bigger buildings in Vancouver, we're seeing that there's a big shift from mechanically fastened membranes to peel and sticks. And so, you look at the cost first off. I mean, typically it's about three times the price for a peel and stick. But the fact that this product, this membrane that you're putting on now is more expensive, you're like, okay, what's the value? Well, one thing is just it's like wrapping your building in tape. And the fact that you're able to ensure that you've got great adhesion to either your plywood, if it's a wood building, or if it's concrete for some of the even bigger buildings, just to ensure that you've now wrapped your building. And then that product is kind of serving two things. It's typically been on the building to serve as your WRB, or water resistant barrier, but now it's also serving as your exterior air barrier. And the fact that, from a building science standpoint, that it's now a vapor open product, meaning that it allows your building to dry, externally. Here in Vancouver, we're still part of a cold climate in Canada, climate zone 4, but we're seeing that change to, a vapor open peel and stick is really, I think the big change here in Vancouver. And still the fact that, when you install it, you still need some floppy bits to ensure that you can attach your flashing details. Because again, that material still has to ensure that water goes down and out, but it also needs to make sure that it's got continuity to ensure it's kind of, again, you've gift wrapped your building, and it's nicely wrapped to ensure that it's airtight. So that's one of the big buildings products I've seen. Aaron, what are you seeing?
Um, I like that we're starting to see a lot more smart vapor retarders. Now, I'm fully aware that not everybody requires a vapor retarder, or what some people are still calling a vapor barrier. But if you're in a heating climate, a lot of heating climates, you require some type of vapor control. And 6 mil poly, I come from the land of 6 mil poly. It's been an industry standard for longer than I've been in the trades. And that was great when we were predominantly just heating. But just about everybody has some form of cooling in their house now. And when you have the vapor barrier on the wrong side, which is essentially what happens when you have air conditioning going in your house, I'm not saying problems are going to happen. I'm saying yeah, problems are going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Um, so switching from 6 mil poly to Certainteed's membrane, Intello, Myrex, there's a few others out there, but I like what I'm seeing in the marketplace. A lot more people are looking at using a smart vapor retarder, and it just gives you that additional ability to dry to the interior. Having a little bit more permeance to the inside of your building just makes that structure that much more resilient. Um, you think about it, once upon a time, there was nothing, no insulation. Our wood structures could dry out. We don't want to live like that anymore. We want to be more comfortable. So, in tightening up our buildings, if we can incorporate some of these more intelligent products to just increase the resilience and durability, it makes sense to me. And it's not really adding a huge number to the price tag. It's very minute, but the results you get are well worth it.
Yeah, Aaron, and I'll just add to that too, is because some people are adding, they're getting rid of the poly and doing a vapor barrier paint. And so literally, you're putting on your drywall, you can make your drywall airtight. And then the first coat of primer that you put on the drywall would be, a vapor barrier paint. And the one thing that I worry, and a lot of building envelope consultants, discuss this, is the fact that you could get air into your assembly and get convection loops happening inside your wall cavity. And so installing a smart vapor control layer on the interior side also acts as an interior air barrier. And so, there's more benefits to that extra cost. And so when we're trying to get our buildings to be more airtight and have that, assembly closed off, those smart control layers just add value. And so yeah, we're definitely adding cost from poly because it's just such a commodity product that these newer products that are coming into, people are having to learn how to use different tapes, different adhesives to ensure that they're properly closed off. The value you get out of those membranes it's exciting, and it really helps out when we're trying to work on building better buildings.
Erin,
Just
yeah, go ahead, Erin.
sorry, Audrey, just one more thing. It's truly the sum of all these parts. It doesn't matter what product you choose. First, you have to install it properly. And it starts with the WRB, it starts with your framing. Properly installed insulation helps prevent those convection loops. And then, we have those smart, intelligent vapor retarders. So putting it all together, that's really what it's about, folks.
And you have so many examples. If you go to Instagram and you look up Big Dog or you look up Sean's Instagram, you'll be able to see a lot of these videos, which really will help you to understand things to a better degree. Erin, I'd love to get your opinion about the blower door test. Why do you think it's so valuable and making sure that it's installed correctly? What is the key to that component?
It is hands down the best tool that a builder or renovator can have in their toolbox. Whether you own one, rent one, borrow one, hire it out, it doesn't matter. It allows you to understand what you're doing well, what you need to improve upon, and sometimes what you can dial back on. If, just putting, I'm going to use sill plates as an example. If just putting sealant and sill gasket down is doing an amazing job at making that portion of your construction airtight, that's great. If taping from your sheathing to the foundation is making that portion of your build airtight, well, maybe you can delete one. Maybe you don't need to do both.
Yeah.
Belt and suspenders, I love the idea and I'm a huge fan of it. And you'll probably find me with redundancies in most of my builds, but that's a choice. But if you're looking at high performance on a budget, you have to sometimes take out some of those redundancies. A blower door will help educate you where you can dial it back, where you have to pick it up. And it's also the number one way to ensure that you're not allowing bulk water to enter your building. If you build a new house and you are over 3 air changes an hour, I almost guarantee there is bulk water getting in somewhere. If you're under 1 air change, now you're starting to be in the realm of a fairly watertight, airtight building. Once you're down below passive levels, chances are there's no bulk water. And if there is, we are talking, it is very, very minute. And a quality insulation and a smart vapor retarder will probably take care of that for you.
John, what's your opinion about the blower door test? Because I know that
Yeah.
you're a big fan.
Yeah, for me, the biggest thing too is right. It's as we're building to these higher levels, and especially as builders kind of make that jump, like this is a quality addition you're doing to your build, and so you can offer your clients a better product. Again, a more healthier, comfortable, resilient building, and the fact that you can now measure it. And here in BC, when we're talking about improving our codes, and we actually have policy behind us to be able to say, hey, you future-proofed your home, and now you're hitting levels of airtightness that won't be code for, say, 9 years. I mean, that is really exciting when you talk about the story that you could share to your clients, that you've exceeded levels of airtightness and you've given them extra levels that they, wouldn't have gotten from a different builder that's not, improving their game and getting to these higher levels. And so for a builder to buy a piece of equipment to add into their system that they can bring out to measure and verify. Again, it's great to walk the talk, but again, to have a device that really puts the statement there saying, hey, that we achieved it. But I think also too is, for the builders that are really about continuous improvement and are, really looking at learning, to be able to evaluate their work and showcase their teams of like, this is why we do it. Instead of just saying, oh yeah, we have to hit a target. Did we? Well, the blower door tells you. And then if you add a fog machine into that mix too, where you can actually turn it on, or you bring out your thermal imaging camera to be able to go around and look for those leaks. I mean, it's really exciting to to find those areas where you thought you fixed out, but maybe somebody was having a bit of a bad day and they, didn't use the right tape, or they didn't, make the right connection to be able to fix it pretty quickly. Like again, these leaks we're talking about that Erin said, I mean, a lot of airtightness details. It's that foundation to wall, wall to window, wall to ceiling, and then all the penetrations. And if we've been able to, design our buildings where maybe our penetrations are more on the interior side, our lighting and electrical devices, so they're not penetrations. We're able to find those leaks quickly if they do show up, and then fix them. Especially if we're doing the blower door at mid construction as well at the final. So a great tool that everyone should have in their toolbox, and the fact too, like the support you get from these manufacturers is unbelievable. Like that's the best part too, is they're not just selling you a piece of equipment; they want to be part of your team too, to ensure that it's up to standards, and if you have problems, that they're there to support you. So it's just great that again, you're getting a tool, but you're also adding to your community, which is great.
So many valuable points in that. I love the measure and verify and being a part of the team, and also talking to your suppliers and knowing how it's installed correctly. These are key components to building and building to the highest performance, right? And so that's what we're always trying to achieve, especially when we're talking high performance build. And that's the dirt on Offsite Dirt.